to another random room in my house. I don't love this one because it's just a big room with a lofty thingy overlooking up there. So I am so terrified that someone's gonna walk in up there and I'm not gonna know and they're just gonna be listening to me talk. So that's fun. I'm the youngest of three and you can tell that because I will say something like, hey, send me questions to do a question and answer, and my family just will, instead of being like, Olivia, literally nobody cares. Also, I once taped a knife to our robot vacuum and they just watched me do it. No one told me not to. I'm definitely the youngest. Anyway, question and answer time. Thank you to the people who sent me questions for me to answer. Question number 1, what's your favorite drink? Tea, the ends of the earth and back. This is actually hot chocolate, which I know it's blasphemous, but I've had 5 cups of tea today already, so I'm trying to like spike it up. I'm trying to spike it up. This is alcohol. No, spice it up. Yeah, tea, Earl Grey tea with 2 creams and 1 sugar, medium. That is the dream. If you woke up in Vancouver and didn't remember how you got there, what would you think happened? Thank you for that question. All right, I would think I was mistaken for the leader of, what do I look like? I could be a art heist crime ring gang leader. So I was mistaken for the, I'm freaking 20 years old. No one's gonna buy that. Anyway, kidnapped for my crimes of stealing art and taken to a secret hideaway in Vancouver in which they plan on using me as the face of revolution after they brainwash me. Or maybe I just finally went crazy and bought a ticket to Vancouver. That might happen. How do you feel about road trips? Aesthetically, so for them, amazing. Realistically, terrible, would not recommend. Summarize your favorite book in less than 50 words. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about this book, and then you'll have to guess what book is my favorite book if you don't just already know what my favorite book is, but you kind of should. Cain and Abel, but in the 40s, and there's a prostitute as well, and some people die. I'm just gonna tell you because I don't think you're either new as soon as I said Cain and Abel, or you're never gonna get it. East of Eden by John Steinbeck is my favorite book I've ever read. I currently have it lent out to a friend who has not read it yet, even though I lent it out in November, so maybe get on that. Just kidding. Take your time. I still have your book that you lent me in November. That's just friendship. Friendship is lending things and probably never getting them back. Hello. You might notice I look slightly different. That is because I put on my Instagram account story thing, hey guys, if you have any questions, ask them, and my lovely friends did. However, I pretty much immediately just started making the video before giving them any time to ask the questions, so, you know, a couple hours later, I had all these questions, but I already finished filming the video. So, I'm now finishing that. It's May 4th. I don't watch Star Wars, so we're not making those references, and part 2, back to past Olivia. What do your tattoos mean? I have 2 tattoos, or tattoo, if you will. No one's ever laughed at that joke. The first one I got in January of last year. It says, these hallelujahs be multiplied. The other one I got on my ear this past November, and it's just 2 little lines. It doesn't mean anything. I just got it because Jade wanted to get tats, and I already had one, so I'm like, the second one can be whatever. And I like the idea of cartilage piercings, but I don't like piercings. I have 0 piercings. Fun fact. So I just got a tat there because it was cool, and it did not hurt at all. This one, painful, not fun. This one, like, was he even doing a tattoo? Like, obviously yes, but anyway, the one that doesn't mean anything, people always ask, like, what does it mean? Nothing. The one that actually has deep, significant meaning, no one ever asks. They just assume they know. So thank you for asking, but it means that these hallelujahs will be multiplied. First of all, I want to better explain my tattoo because I didn't like the explanation I left with. So, these hallelujahs be multiplied is a reference to my favorite song in the world, Multiplied by Need to Breathe. This line in particular has a couple meanings to me. The first is a reference to the Great Commission, which is go into the world and make disciples of all the nations. So these hallelujahs be multiplied. Hallelujah means praise ye the Lord, I think, or praise the Lord, something like that. If I want these hallelujahs to be multiplied, I want to be spreading the commission so that more people on the earth will be praising the Lord. It's also a reminder in my own life to be constantly growing towards the Lord. So my own hallelujahs should be multiplied and it's just the best song ever, and it got me through a lot of stuff when things were hard, and I still listen to it pretty much daily. It's just the best song invented. Multiplied by Need to Breathe. Look it up. Hey, who is your favorite brother? Asks my only brother. Alright, tough question. Hard to pick, but I think I would have to go with Chris Hemsworth, because I just haven't seen Liam in enough things. Okay, question, did I dye my hair? Yes, it's reddish now. That wasn't a real question, I just threw it up here. Here's a question, can you design an app that keeps track of the number of times you've cried in a day? No. Red wine or white wine? What time is it? It's like 5 p.m. That is an acceptable time to be drinking wine. Tastes like grapes that's gone bad. I could not tell you, but now I have to drink both these wines. I would say rosé all day. I did not have to get 2 wines to answer that. I'm so stupid. Okay. Are you one of those people who are bothered by people saying chai tea and faux soup? I am the opposite of those people. I'm the person who's bothered by the people who say you can't say chai tea. Because here's the thing, okay? So, yes, in other languages, chai does mean tea. Except in English, chai is a type of tea. It's not, we weren't going to walk into the store and say, yes, I like a cup of chai. Actually, I take that back. You can say that, but still, we have black tea, we have green tea, we have Earl Grey tea, we have Dijon tea, we have chai tea. It's a type of tea. So, you know what, and non-bread, type of bread. If you want to say just chai or just non, then I'm okay with that. But if someone is out here and they say chai tea, and you say, you know, chai means tea, and you're saying tea, then I will come for you. No, I won't, I'm a pacifist. But, thank you for that question, I needed that rant. What's your favorite knot? I cannot not. I cannot. Oh, we just watched Winnie the Pooh and quote it in this household. What's your favorite Bee movie, asks my brother. If you haven't seen my brother's Bee movie, go watch my Survivor quarantine house video, and you can see the second best Bee movie in the world after the first best Bee movie in the world, which is the Bee Movie. I've never seen it, but I know that there's that thing where it's like, against all laws of aviation, the bee is fat and yet can fly. 2020 goals is the Bee Movie, but narrated by me. Which weather phenomenon do you think you are? Rain, because I cry so much. Is that a phenomenon? What makes it a phenomenon? I feel like the root word of the etymology there is like phenomena, and that's like exceptional, phenomenal. But none of this is really exceptional because it's all kind of ordinary because we see it coming. Like, well, we don't see it coming, but like, no one's gonna see a tsunami and be like, why is there a giant wave? I've never heard of this before. Okay, some people might, but like we as a nation, as a species, aren't going to like, you know, I feel like we've seen them all, or if we haven't, then I wouldn't be able to tell you that I'm that, because we haven't seen it. Ooh, you know what? Fire from the sky. That's what I mean, personally, no, but that's one that we don't get often. Or frogs falling from the sky. The river turning to blood. See, these are all what I would actually call phenomenas, or what'd you say, phenomenons? Not things like tornadoes and volcanic eruptions. This has been another TED Talk. Which fruit is the most overrated? I think kiwis are disgusting. They're bad, and I just don't stand them. We don't vibe. What is the most useful life skill? Probably the ability to make a good cup of tea. I think that could get you very far in life, especially if you work for me, which I don't know why you would be, but if you can make me a good cup of tea, then when layoffs happen, I'm not letting you go. You're staying right here and making even more tea. Okay, next question is, what's a song you think represents you well? Probably Multiplied by Need to Breathe, just because it's my favorite song, but also Queen of Disaster would be a good one. Cry Baby by Melanie Martez. That's not her name, but I'm gonna pretend it is. Yeah, I don't know what song I would be, but if you have a song you think I am, send it to me, and I'll put it on a Spotify playlist. Favorite woman from the Bible? Great question. Oh, so many. Magdalene is a vibe and a half. I want something interesting though. I luckily have my Bible right here. What's the name of that servant who bears the children and then runs away, and then God is like, yo, Hagar. It took me so long to remember that. I have to find it. Hagar is a mood. She's pretty cool. She ran away and then was crying, and then the angel of the Lord, aka Jesus, came to her, and it was just a pretty lit time. And then she's like, you are the God who sees me, which is just so cool. I guess that's not really cool in the sense of Hagar, but cool in the sense of God, that he's like even a lowly servant woman isn't too small for him to deal personally with. So that's a mood. But I guess Hagar just, runs away and cries, which relatable, but doesn't make her my favorite. I've always been a fan of Esther. Esther's so cool. Oh my gosh. And I mean, Jael, who puts a tent peg through a guy's head. That's pretty lit. There are a lot of awesome women in the Bible. How many hugs are too many hugs? If it starts interfering with your ability to go about your day, I think you have a problem and you should seek help. It's so snowy out. It's like they don't even know that it's April 21st. Today my friends were like sending a thing in the group chat about like, which kind of quarantine are you? And there's like the different types. It's like the kind who does stuff all day, the kind who cries all day. I'm like, oh, relatable. But people who are out here doing things, why? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm drinking 2 cups of water at once though. And to anyone who's out there learning a new language, impressive, but can you learn to do this? Also on the subject of never doing anything, since then I took up embroidery, which I now do all day, every day. So I kind of do support doing things, but mostly not. How are you in cat terms? Jade, I don't know what that means. Ooh, you know what, actually? I feel like I'm the cat who will walk into a room and then immediately decide they don't want to be there anymore and walk out. And there's just no satisfaction, and it's just endlessly pawing at doors. That's me in this house right now. I'm out of anything interesting to say, as if I ever had anything interesting to say. If you have more cues for me to A, then tell me, and I might make another one of these. Because I'm really just looking for things to do and fill my time with. And this, I guess, is how we're doing it, I guess. Why did I think that would go well? Fun story about all that wine. Later that day, Adriana asked me if I could go drive with her to pick up our other car, which was at the dealership place because we were getting it fixed, so that I could drive one of the cars back, because you need 2 people to do that since we were picking up a car. But I had 2 glasses of wine, so my dad had to go instead, and that's why we don't film videos ever. I think I'm definitely gonna go with white. Like, I never see the red coming. You know when you're taking communion and you think you're getting the juice, but then it's the wine, and you have to like stop yourself from choking in the entire chapel when everyone's quiet and like meditating and praying, and you're just like dying. I'm gonna go now, but thank you for watching again, and I will catch you on the flip side maybe. Bye.